It's such an honor to be here today together in this forum. You join with your family and your loved ones in times of celebration and in times of mourning. This forum, all of you, are our family and our loved ones. We gathered together with this forum in August in celebration of interfaith harmony and understanding. We gather today in mourning of what happens when there is no harmony or understanding. We gather to remember, to mourn, and to pledge never again. Spiritually and psychologically, we are taught forgive and forget. But there are some things that absolutely must not be forgotten. They must be remembered because the lessons they provide us are critical in our ability to live safe, peaceful, productive, sustainable lives on planet Earth. They must be remembered because they are critical to the very definition of our humanity. We remember, so we learn and continue to learn. We remember the Holocaust as a tribute to the lives of 6 million Jews and millions of others. They, their own suffering, and the suffering of their loved ones are not forgotten. We remember so we can learn what ingredients create that fertile soil in which hatred, discrimination, and ultimately genocide grow and blossom. What is that soil? And how can we ensure that this soil is never allowed to nurture seeds that will sprout ever again? It is a soil rooted in personal and national discontent, dissatisfaction, loss, failure, poverty, the situation of pre-World War II Germany. The arms of discontent reach out in search of scapegoats, and those arms found the Jews. But it's a far cry from discontent and scapegoating to genocide. Genocide requires a clear, a thick, an impenetrable boundary between us and them, between self and others. And it requires a virulent and pernicious dehumanization of the other. It requires a systematic, calculated, us versus them propaganda and proselytization. The Holocaust did not happen accidentally or impulsively. It was a calculated, planned, implemented process of scapegoating, othering, and dehumanizing. Today, as we remember, with tears in our eyes, tears in our hearts, and tears on our cheeks, we must pledge to ensure that we prevent any such travesty in the future. And the only way to do that is to prevent othering. The only way to do that is to remove the lines and the boundaries between us. We must highlight our similarities and our most core human essence. We must educate our children and our youth about the inherent oneness and sacred humanity of all people as we celebrate this incredible variety of colors, sizes, shapes, races, and religions. We must use our power of impact and influence to wipe out and outlaw hate speech, that which is verbal, as well as the speech in our memes on social media, our cartoons, and other dehumanizing jokes that we tell about each other. There must be a non-negotiable zero tolerance policy for jokes, stereotyping, and slanderous slang about people who differ from us. And most of all, we must pledge to stay conscious, to stay aware, to look and actually see, to hear and actually listen to what is happening in our communities and in our world as insidious seeds of anti-Semitism, white supremacy, and lethal othering are once again sprouting and growing across the planet. It is said so beautifully that rather than curse the darkness, we must light a candle. And here, while we certainly can and should curse the evil and darkness that led to the Holocaust, we must also ensure that we are lighting bright candles of light, candles of oneness, candles of togetherness, of love and understanding in our world. And in fact, let us not only light candles, but let us all become and be the light that dispels the darkness of ignorance and hatred. Let our lights join together into a light so bright that darkness doesn't stand a chance. Let our light proclaim, never again. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be together with you all, to celebrate our oneness across dissolving boundaries of race, of religion, of color, of culture, and to be part of this example of our true love, harmony, oneness, and togetherness.